Hello, Daniel here, and I'm back with another Bukkit tutorial. So, in this episode, we'll be going over naming items and giving items lore. So, basically, having items say something, like have a blaze rod that's named Fire Wand, and then have its description be this is a wand of fire. And we'll just be using a simple command. We'll be adding a simple command to our plugin. So, if we scroll down under all of the other commands that we've made before and add a new command, command label dot equals, ignore case as always, name. Alright, so here we'll check if it has any arguments, because it should have arguments. You're naming your item something. So if args dot length is equal to 1, so first of all, if args dot length is equal to 1, then we're simply just going to set the name of our item. So source, which is our player that launched the command, dot get item in hand dot get item meta. This gets the source's item meta, and we need it. So let's set a new item meta. Item meta is equal to source dot. Alright, so this creates a new item meta that's equal to the item metadata of the item the player is holding. Let's import it. Let's import item meta, and then we can set display name to args 0. So the first argument of the command would be the new name of the item. Alright, now else if args.length is bigger than 1, so if there's more than one argument, here's what's going to happen. For integer I equals 1, I smaller than args.length, and I plus plus. This is a for loop, and for every argument, for any extra argument, well, for now, so hold on, let me just go back a second. So the set lore method, which sets the item lore. Item, you need to copy this in there as well. All of this, you need to copy in there. So yeah, we do set the name because that's the point. And then item meta dot set lore takes a list of strings. And we've used lists before. Let me just go back and show you. We used the list with UUIDs for our snowballs. So they're not new to us, they're not hard. Let's get back to where the heck we were. I'm lost already. There, name. Alright, so if args I, so if the current argument we're going through dot equals we need to see if the argument begins with a dash. Starts with C color. Alright, then this will check whether it starts with a dash, and then let's see, how many colors are there? There's probably a lot. Actually, chat color dot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There is a lot. Oh, actually, no. There's like 20, 22 of them. Let's see if we can get chat color dot red dot get name. Is that name? Alright. Okay, good. So now we're going to go through every single chat color. chat. I'm not sure if that's possible. Color C. Chat color. Possible or not? I don't know. Chat colors is up. I don't think so. Alright. Alright, we're gonna have to manually do this. So, or not, let's give up on this. They're not gonna be colored lores. That's just too hard. Alright. So we need to make a new list. Array list string. So instead of using UIDs, we're actually gonna make a string list. Lore is equal to new array list string. So we create a new lore, and then for every argument, we're going to lore.add args I. What's going to happen through this for loop, it's going to go through every single argument after this one, and it's going to add it to the lore. Alright, so we've got our stuff, so we've got our item metadata done, and now we're going to add the item metadata to our item. So source dot get item in hand dot set item meta. Alright, and this is the same thing right there. Actually, before we do that here, we have an array list of lore, but we didn't actually add it to the item meta. So let's add it to the item meta. Dot set lore. Okay, and now we set the source's item in hand metadata to item meta. Now you'll need to edit your plugin YML again to add the command. So I've already done it before because I've had a different take on this. So basically, copy one of your previous commands that you've made, paste it in, change its name to name, and because that's our command label right here. And description renames the item in your hand. Alright, let us refresh YouTube. Let's export YouTube. Alright, let's boot the server up and see how it works. How well it works. Spam the refresh button. There we go. Alright, let's try assign his name test now because we've played around. I was playing around with this before. So name. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to name the sign amazing sign. Amazing sign. Yay, now it's called amazing sign. Let's place it somewhere here. It's an amazing sign. Now let's try adding a lore to it. Amazing sign. This is a nice looking lore. Yeah, it did that. We're not sure if it's actually what we wanted because it's not in a single line. But that's one way to do it. Or let's see. You could do it a different way. So if you don't want your words to be on a different line, keep watching, otherwise you can stop. Alright. So instead of adding it to the array list, you're gonna make a new string called add to lore. Alright. So in this string, instead of adding it to lore, we're gonna equals, let's make it nothing right now. Alright. Add to lore plus equals args I. So instead of adding the string to the lore, we add it to our previous string. And also we need a space because otherwise it'll look ugly. Alright. Okay, So that will make it one single line. What if you do want 2 lines, but you want some of the words to be in one line and some of the words to be in another line? We're going to check if our string, well, if args I dot equals a vertical line. If it's equal to a vertical line, then we're going to add our previous string, add to lore dot, no, lore dot add to lore. So if there's a line, we set our lore, we add a line to the lore with whatever we've accumulated in the add to lore string. And we reset the add to lore string. To lore is equal to, alright, and then else if the string isn't a vertical line, then we do that. Alright, let's try that again. Let's export YouTube. Let's reload the server. Let's join it. Alright, so let's try this. Name. I should have already, oh, okay, name. Awesome. Sign. This should be line 1 of the lore. And this should line 2. And there is no line 2. Aww, but mother. Alright, that's interesting. That's interesting. Well, it did add it into one line, so that's good. Let's look through our code again. I'm improvising as always, so never have any idea of what's gonna happen. So lore.add to lore is equal to null. Otherwise, keep doing that. Alright, alright. Logger.info args I. Let's also output the string that we've just made. This should work. Honestly, I'm looking through this and it looks like it will work. We'll go through every single argument. If an argument is equal to to a line, then we add it to the lore, and then, oh, that's why. Alright. So it goes through every single line, and then it adds a lore line if there is a vertical line, or lore.add, or when it ends. So add to lore. So that will work. I'm gonna copy this command so I don't have to retype it. Alright, so we export this. YouTube, yes, all of this. Reload. Oh, okay. There we go. It's pretty long, but oh well. Oh well, that's how nice it is. And then we can name this Blaze Rod, and the lore will be this is a rod of fire. Beware. Beware. Alright, and we can also shoot firewalls with it since we've played with events before. Pretty fun. There's slimes! Let's kill them! Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. So, again, I'm just gonna go through this. So the item lore is a list of strings. So it's gonna go through a list, because lists go like this. Let me just list item 1, list item 2, list item 3, and each list item becomes a new line. Line 2 of lore, line 3 of lore. Alrighty, so here what happens, we go through every single argument, and we put, if the argument we're going through right now is not equal to a vertical line, we add it to our string, which will be the first string. Yes, unless we move this down with this. Otherwise, if it's a vertical line, we add our line that we already have, the add to lore, and we have accumulated to the list, and then we start over and keep collecting more, and then we add the last collected one as well. So pretend I feel like I'm very shaky explaining this. So we go name blah 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 line blah blah blah. What's going to happen is this will be the name, and this and this and this will be added to add to lore. When it goes over this line, it's going to add to lore to the list, and then it's going to start over. So this, and this becomes add to lore, and then it gets added to the item meta. Alright, that is how you do it, and I'll see you in the next episode.